Good morning.
G'day, Ed.
Alrighty. All right. How's the rest of your weekend, guys? You guys had a good one?
Yeah, good.
Good morning, all.
Morning, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
All right. So we're past the interest rates. We've got a bit of a pause week this week. We've got some PMI, so it's going to be an interesting day. I'm not sure what to expect from today, from this session. Hey, Dom. PMI day is generally pretty messy. So we've got a bank holiday in Japan. Then we've got French PMI, German PMI, Eurozone PMI, Pound PMI, then US PMI. Oh, excuse me. Then tomorrow we've got Aussie interest rates, and we've got a full session tomorrow. So we've got Japan back from the bank holiday. So let's see. Then Wednesday, not much. Thursday, we've got Swiss interest rates. We've got some US GDP final numbers. See if there's any revisions to the initial numbers. Got Powell speaking. Oh, 10 minutes before NYC. That's annoying.
The Mercedes, so
And then Friday,
15 minutes felt longer than the.
Friday we have core PCE price index. So got a few things on this week, but then the main one looking forward to is the week after. The week after, this is Labour Week, where we've got JOLTS on Tuesday, ADP non-farm on Wednesday, Thursday unemployment and services, and then Friday we've got NFP. So I'm looking forward to this one. This week, this current week though, I'm not really too sure. So we'll see what we get. Looking at German, we have need to clean some of these zones up. So we ended up. So I didn't trade on Friday because I had a full, very busy Friday day, and then we came down. Some nice clean moves. As soon as they opened, just dropped straight into this little supply demand area, bounced, and then accumulated, and then we cut through. So this little accumulation before we cut through, we're testing it right now. So I would say that we've got price is a little bit messy. Like it accumulated for a bit towards the end of the week, going to the weekend. Asian session has actually been all right, where we've pulled back up and we've retested this little area where it dropped through. Now we need to see if it's going to be able to actually clear this zone and continue that bullish move. We've got some clean candles above here. Otherwise, are we going to make our way back down towards this area to retest it and actually be bearish? Not too sure. Not too sure. We've got a pretty nice area of support underneath here. Lots of liquidity sitting all under here. So I wonder if we do dip into this as well. What would I prefer? I'd prefer up than down, to be honest. But I've got to keep a completely open mind.
Higher time frame structure is still bearish.
Bearish.
Yep.
quite liking the 3 and 4 hour for long at the moment, but I was also worried about the zone. Maybe targeting that zone just beneath that you were looking at for a pullback before going up.
Yeah, like this area there's a bunch of accumulation right here, and we've dipped into it once. And we pushed up, and then we got stuck at this little level.
Yeah, I like the previous close we got on the 4 hour.
This
and
one
then we
here,
we've
an
just
Asian
taken
session.
out the low of that little candle. Yeah, we've just taken out the low of that candle. If we can break above and hold above the base of that previous candle, I think I've changed my mind about the launch zone. But otherwise, I'm looking for a pullback before going long.
Mm-hmm. Where's the MMG?
There's one, the 21st is at 18,822, the midpoint.
18.
So it's at the top of that 4 hour
8.82.
candle. 822. It's the top of that 4 hour candle.
8.22. Oh, so just a little bit above.
Yeah. And then there's
that seems low. Oh no,
the 20th.
Yeah.
The 20th is up at 905.
905.
And then there's one from the 19th at 705, just to make it really interesting. And that is right at the base of a D1 imbalance. There's a confluence of you look on the 4 hour, you can see that candle at the base is at 705. And that's also the MMG.
Okay. Hey Tom, how are you? So 905.
Sorry, I've got some cartoons in the background. I don't know if you can hear.
Nah, I can't.
They're pretty good.
Good cartoons.
Yeah, it's school holidays at the moment.
Oh dear.
Check out the 3 and 5 minute just before the open now, and we're getting some nice little structure there.
Yeah, I'm not going to rush into anything with
German
PMI.
PMI this morning.
Yeah, what a pain.
Yeah. And then you're right. It's probably going to be all over the place then, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be a choppy start. Alrighty, so we've got where are the zones we'd really want to trade from? So remove some of these other ones. Remove this. Remove this. We got 5 minutes before this open. Yeah, I think once we're above this area, it's a lot easier to look for longs.
Yep.
So, but if we push straight up to that area, I wouldn't want to take longs first time up breaking above here, but I would like to see that kind of consolidated. But this area, I do find a bit of clearer space. On the lower time frames, it's more this area. So where it like dropped, base drop, I do feel like this area could have some reactions inside of, but I'm uncomfortable with this zone being enough. Like it didn't actually break. This is the more significant structure that we had that led to a new higher high, the all-time high. We've pulled back to it and we've tested it. So ideally, I'm not too like I don't know how to. I'm still a little bit torn. I'm not shifting full bullish yet.
Yeah, I'm with you, Hayden. I'm not sure this morning. Looking at this, I
Yeah,
would probably say bearish out of. Nas looks the same.
yeah. Nas broke out in the Asian session, so we had like 160 pip session,
Wow.
and I was like, I woke up a few times during the night to have a little look to see where it was gonna be. Gold hit 26.30 as well. Everything was pretty bullish in the Asian session for a Japan holiday. Yeah, you know what? I think I would like to see this move corrected. I think that would be actually the safer one, is to see price having come up, hit this area that it dropped from, kind of created this rounded top. We broke some structure, so we did come up and we had like structure pushing up, like kind of. We created a little support. We tried to make a new higher high, just closed higher, but it kind of rejected as well, like a little bit of train tracks. We broke some structure. We retested. We couldn't break that high. So now that we're starting to get bearish structure here, that as long as nothing closes above here, I'm going to say I'm still bearish, but I could take sells all the way up to here, as long as we're not closing above. But if we can drop underneath here, I think we can correct a lot of this move. And I think some safe sells would probably be underneath here, but I would like to get it in earlier. London looked like it's making a move a minute beforehand. Moved like 18 pips in this 1 minute, the minute before we open. So if we can bounce up, there could be some good sells. And then if we can get a pullback and then push down and then start breaking under here, then these should be easy sells. Just be careful that we don't bounce from like this candle, but we could then go and take the Asia low. So I hope we get a little pullback like so, and I hope we don't close above. And then I think we can get some sells. I'm already logged in to my account, so that's good. All right, wish us luck. I'm not in yet. I want to see what this does. Yeah, if we can get London do a little, I hope it's not a clean move down. I'd miss the trade if it's going to be a clean candle like that. And it could happen because Friday did just move straight down, didn't it? But I would hope that we have a little reaction from this euro low, and that I can execute on a sell. Maybe if it reconnects the London session. maybe try a sell from here with a rejection candle, and then just stop loss above here somewhere. Damn, that 1 minute though is looking aggressive. Yeah, that's right. I'll be patient though. See if that little imbalance candle, see if that's enough to give it that little pullback. Is anyone in the trade now?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit of pressure. I think I missed the entry when it pulled back. It happened so quick.
Even gold selling off. Everything's selling this morning.
It's only back to where it opened, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, we closed at 26.21. Well, a nice clean move on US 30. Oh, nice move straight away. Just dropped out of the blocks, dropped down 30 odd pips. It's a bit annoying that it moved like it did, but I'm glad to see it. Only annoyed because I'm not in it.
I've got to make lunch money. I'm up with my daughter. So
Oh yeah. Are you going up to Manchester?
I'm already here.
Oh,
I've travelled
okay.
up yesterday. Yeah. Had a nightmare from hell with the dog.
Oh yeah. You get to train?
Yeah. I don't know what was going on. I think there must be shortage of trains because it was packed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my mother, she was here last week, so she flew into London, caught the train up, and the train got cancelled. But she got one of the split tickets, so it was only one part of it was cancelled. So then it's like you don't know what to do then, because if some of the trains are alright but other trains are cancelled, but you can only catch the specific company. But it's not like they really check when there's like chaos like that. But I had a look just out of interest just to see how much it was for another ticket.
Yeah.
And it was £180. Crazy.
Did you do event? Is it Venti? The one from London to Manchester. You can get your money back if they cancel it.
I'm not sure what happened. It was a weird situation, but I said just to go to Stevenage anyway.
Yeah.
And then you just have to get the next one, or try get the earlier one. So by the time she got there, they actually put the train back on, so it wasn't cancelled in the end. It still was like there would be a lot of panic for people that were like, well, they just put you on another train, but if you had to buy a ticket last minute, £180, it was cheaper to fly than it was to catch a train up here.
Last time mine was delayed by, I think it was 16 minutes, and you got anything over 15 minutes, you get 25% back.
Yeah, I've had that before. They've refunded like 50% or the whole thing if it's a couple of hours late.
Yeah.
All right, no pullback, just
down.
That was the pullback there, that 1 minute candle. Just moved a little bit too quick when it was like wicked up and then closed, and I was like, oh man, I was pretty close to pulling the trigger, but I thought I'd just wait a couple minutes, and then it just grinded, and then no cigar.
Yeah, I got in before the open.
So now we've got a little tiny accumulation down here where this move started from, so it looks like that's the target at least. Take out the Asian low. But moving 60 pips in almost a straight line, we might get a little pullback because we've got quite a clean candle. So, but I'd say that it didn't come all the way down to this Asian low just to turn around. So there's at least another like 15 pips of juice in this.
So keep
Yeah.
going.
That's about it. Just one more little push, and then it would have.
Better go break even now.
So US 30's already taken that low. US 500 still got a bit more. NAS still has a little bit more to run. German's pretty much hit it. Nice area for us to be down here ahead of the news. So we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and then we get this French news. Oh man, smashed it.
Boom.
Look at that candle.
Took my profit. Lunch paid for.
Oh. Might have made a boo-boo then.
Why?
Uh,
Captain.
I entered into the cell, but I think it was illegal to do on the prop account.
Oh no.
Just another reason for them to deny another one. I thought it was German PMI, but it's Euro PMI. Like
Yeah.
Euro at all. You can't take it. You can't have
Yeah,
a trade
sure.
executed or like at anything like hit profit or anything within 2 minutes on either side of news of EU news. I just did that. Well, it took profit on that 1 minute. I think it's a soft breach. I don't think it's a. I think it's just avoids.
But alpha, it's a soft breach.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Hopefully I hear back from them today regarding that issue I've got with them. Yeah, I've got a new issue with the other account now. All right, well, this was the zone, wasn't it? For it price to drop into,
Yeah.
ultimately, was to take out all of this area
Yep.
under here. So we've dropped in there. Now, are we going to just keep on going down? Or are we going to have like a bigger retest from this zone? So we've dropped now. That's a pretty good drop. That's 110 pips in 18 minutes. So we've almost exceeded the average range
Yep.
already. So we're going to stall here now? Or are we going to correct?
It's taken a lot of liquidity there. There was 2 New York lows, London low, and a daily low.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this this trade? I had 2 positions running on it. I had a 5 lot. So for indices, not that big. And I had a 1 lot running on it as well. So I had a little scale in, and I had the take profit both at the same level, which was like about here. The 5 lot executed perfectly. The 1 lot slipped and closed 30 pips lower.
Nice.
But typical that it was that the bigger trade closed perfect.
Yeah.
But the small trade got slipped.
They couldn't have both got slipped, could they?
Well,
It'll be a real pity if you get breached for a 1 lot trade. Was that
Yeah.
not the one?
huh?
Was your trade that you put on the news? Was that more than 1 lot?
No, I didn't put
pity
the
if you
trade.
get-
I didn't put the trade on the news. It closed on the news.
Oh, that's okay though. As long as your TP was set before more than 2 minutes before.
No, it's anything.
I thought as long as you're not moving your stop loss or TP within that news window, you're okay.
No. It says
They want you to close out the trade before the news.
not take profit during the news. It says if your take profit is activated during the restricted time window of 2 minutes before until 2 minutes after, it's taken as a violation.
So what do? You got to take your TP out each time there's a news announcement.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so make a
I didn't
draw
know
then.
that.
Yeah, that's annoying. I made a mistake there.
Yeah, so you got to basically remove all your trade activity over the news. If you've got anything open, then make sure it doesn't have any stop loss or I suppose
Yeah.
it can stop you out on the news. They just don't want you to take profit.
Yeah. What one of the, when I was looking for when I was asking the guy about was this an example of spamming the order book, and he said no. But then someone else said that they gave another scenario And then they said, well, in this case, any profits will be removed. Like say for this soft breach, this profit that one triggered now will be removed from your performance fee. It'll be considered a soft violation. And he said, oh, okay, cool. So if I lost on that one, will that be removed from my total loss as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well that means I can't really trade now for the rest of this session, because you don't want to see anything. Well, you can trade easily, but you can't have anything. 4-minute window here, 4-minute window here, 4-minute window. No, PMI, pound PMI doesn't matter, but for the next 4, you can't. Make sure if you're on alpha that you don't get anything closing either side of 8:30 and 9. So now, same with BG as I've. So hopefully we can scrub this area now. This is that little accumulation right over here. The little area of demand that once in this day we pushed up, and we've swept the liquidity that's underneath all of this zone. Okay, swept all this liquidity now. We've tapped into it once. Now can it actually absorb all this liquidity? So I wonder if we can just create lower highs here and eventually sweep it. And maybe we can actually have a good reaction from this lower one. That'd be another 50 pip drop. But look for buys potentially, or look for a reaction from this this purple line. I think that could be a good little move. Maybe I'll trade NAS. At least NAS won't come under this, or US 30.
Nice little bounce there. Think of that.
What was the news anyway? Oh, far out. Bad number. Really bad numbers for services. That hangover post Olympics is really rocking them. They were expecting massive numbers. Like, they thought they were going to get the best numbers they've had in over a year. Gosh. Yeah, if German gets them bad numbers as well, especially for manufacturing. Well, they're already anticipating bad numbers. Manufacturing is more important out of these two. Like it makes up most of their GDP rather than the services. But if Germany gets bad services numbers as well, and they're continuously showing like manufacturing be retractionary, then that can't really bode well for German. How's SAP? That's their biggest one. SAP's actually opened, gapped higher. And SAP's like 14% of German. All right, we'll see. Got 2 minutes to wait. What account did you take this sell on, Sarah?
I took it on 2 accounts. My little personal account, which is, and I took it on the one that we won't name.
I can't remember. Do they? What's their current status with its news trading?
They're fine.
Yeah, that's
My
what I
company's
thought.
fine.
They don't really have anything specific about it, do they?
Is it they say that 2-hour window, don't they? But
Oh,
it
that's
doesn't-
just them
that's
trying to say it's a good idea not to trade within an
Yeah.
hour either side. Yeah, but they don't have any like rules about paying out or anything, do they?
No.
All right, 30 seconds. Nice little bounce that we've had from that zone, which makes a lot of sense. Can't keep going down the straight lines.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Bruce's comment on Friday where he was saying pullbacks before 9:30 are fake pullbacks.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Des. An hour either side. Just not to trade. All right, here's the German now. Really bad numbers for manufacturing. Yeah, nearly worse than since 1 year ago. That's been their worst number. And services, oh, it just creeped into above 50. Oh. All right, what do you reckon? You reckon this is just a fake pullback and we just continue lower, or do you reckon we're going to recover a bit more?
I think we might get a little bounce here.
I'm thinking long.
Yeah.
Thinking long. I'd like to see it come down to this purple line and then maybe target longs.
Yeah, I've got a zone in there as well. Haven't
So if we can just, the numbers are pretty bad.
It bounced off that 4-hour structure as well.
Yeah, but I do like that little zone that it pushed into, but I would like to see it. I'd like to see I don't want to see a recovery like that. I do want to see it retest this low and then try pushing a little bit lower. So I'm keen for this to break down. Just to extend this low by another 15 pips. If we can do that. But it's definitely a good area. A good little area of demand.
I went in long, only a tiny, risked a little bit of the profit.
Okay, let's see where it goes. I think if it can be closing quite strongly above, like this is the little rejection, and this is another little rejection, and we've got clean candle above. So if we can actually push strongly above it, then there's nothing really stopping price from actually making a new London high.
Yeah.
But if we really struggle to break above here, then we could be going to retest our low again. But we'll see. Oh, cowboy from the bottom on the NAS. All right. Similar to Friday. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, just straight down. I wonder if we're going to retest here, then retest that low. This is what I'm kind of anticipating. Is we got the drop, and it came up, and then it retest that low. So I would like to see it sort of gather itself here. If it can push down, like gather itself, and then breaking back above here, then I think there's some really nice easy longs. It could just do the recovery straight up. We've seen that plenty of times, but it's not as easy to get into because it's not as many confirmations for me. I don't want to enter here because I don't know where to put my stop loss.
Couldn't come to the 50%. No bottom week. Couldn't go down to the bottom.
Yeah. So if look at like what Thursday did. Was this Thursday? Oh, that's Thursday. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. A little bit different, but when it dropped, came back and retested this little order block before it dropped again. I know it's very shallow move compared to today, but because the moves are a bit more stretched out, I don't want to enter sells here. I'm concerned I'll miss the move, but I think we could retest this area. So I don't want to enter here because I don't know where to put my stop loss. Inside of here is very dangerous, but then for me to put my stop loss to enter here and then put my stop loss like up here to target that, it don't make sense from a risk reward point of view. But if it can, I don't want the momentum just to carry because this is a strong level. I don't really see any other levels of structure, so maybe this area. Yeah, maybe I could get involved if we can show something like around here somewhere. Maybe I'll wait to see if we get a rejection candle, and then if we can then get in a little bit lower. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see here. Could this picking up a lot of liquidity underneath here could be a perfect area for it to bottom out, but a little bit uncomfortable with how bad these numbers were for those longs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put a little trade on. It's only a little one. I'm keen to scale into this one, but I'll keep my stop loss just out of the way for now. And I'll target this area. Just going to see if this level can hold. I might have to sit in a little bit of drawdown. It's very low risk though. Just to see if this candle can eventually make its way back down again. And if we can get back down underneath here again, then what I'll look to do is I'll try scale in towards the bottom. So this is kind of the make or break zone. And we're going to break this structure that was a little bullish 1 minute structure, and did we bounce just nicely off this little zone. Good morning. All right, come on, drop down. Yeah, I'm hoping this hour candle is going to be a fuller red body. That's what I was kind of banking on. Come on, drop down. Betty. Yeah, if this 15-minute candle can start closing underneath this bullish one again, that'd be beautiful. Then the hour candle will be coming to a close. That'd be nice if it drops down a bit more. Come on. Yeah, far out with gold, man. Very aggressive. Okay, I don't want this to create a support just below my entry. So if this candle can close like a rejection, And I'll probably move my stop to break even. I have to be very careful though with this one, because if we're getting too close to that news as well, then I might just have to close it beforehand and then try re-enter.
It's a nice bounce.
Yeah, very nice.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda's come in now.
Yeah. Yeah, we might correct this whole move.
It was a nice area for it to bounce from there.
It was. Yeah. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to. Yeah, I was hoping we are going to get another retest. This is getting me a bit uncomfortable.
They're all pushing up now as well.
Yeah, we'll see what the next news does. Given that plenty of room, but I do want to see it break down. If it does break down, it'll give me plenty of options to scale into this. Otherwise, if it does just come all the way up, then it's no biggie. It's no biggie. It's just the first entry. But we'll see if it can actually just correct this move. It would be sucky if it does come up, take the Asian high. That'd be really, really shitty. But still good. But this area where the move started from, maybe does a little retest. No, it's pretty strong. This hour candle's not closing how I want it to. Swans or Lions? Yeah, gotta go for Swannies. Where's Dan? Dan, he's still in Fiji. He'll be watching. Who else is Lions? Is it Colin?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'd go for the Lions, but mainly NRL.
Oh yeah. You got not much to go for this year now.
Yeah, all the Queensland teams have been flogged, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Dolphins, Broncos, Gold Coast, and Cowboys the other day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Adam, you have Lions as well. Damn, look at this 30-minute. Oh well.
Oh wow.
Far out. Nice catch, Sarah. Yeah, had a chance to get out. But I'm like, oh, it's such low. It was such a low risk trade. I thought didn't want to, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't let it hit my stop loss. In the next 3 minutes. That's a really
I
uncomfortable
only
place
took a
to
little
be.
risk on it because I thought I didn't want to give back on that from that sell. Yeah, I just need a quick shower.
I had to exit that trade. I had to exit it. I don't want to hold with no stop loss through this news, and I don't want that stop loss to be triggered.
Right, guys, well, I'm not going to push my luck anymore. I get ready for my day.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got an appointment in an hour, so I better go.
Nice little session. Sells into the buys. Very good.
Yeah, it's a nice little session. Stress-free.
Yeah, now we've got the PMI. Come on. I'll consider another trade. But I need to wait for that PMI to come out. But we could be pushing all the way up here. Now we've got this was that initial target I was hoping that we're going to push up to before going down. So up then down. We went down and now we've kind of been grinding our way higher. Alright, this is 5 seconds. Watch on the minute chart. So services 50.5, manufacturing. Manufacturing 44.8. Forex Factory is slow, man. It's already out here. So pretty bad numbers. Bad numbers all across the board. Once that one loads. Yeah, pretty hard to look for. I mean, if it does push above here, I don't know. I'm not too keen on the buys. But if it's just going for liquidity, they could take out. It'd be a monster session if it was able to take these highs and start pushing up towards the Friday's high. That'd be absolutely a massive session. The volatility will be extreme then. So I'd prefer to see a top put in. Yeah, if we could show rejections from around here, I'd probably give that a go again. Just give see if we have a reaction from here. Then to see how we go. It'll be back above, creating the new high for the week. I'm going to give a sell a go. I'm going to get back into this one. Oh, I can move my stop loss a little bit higher though. Just above the Asia high. If it does sweep the Asia high, I'm going to target where my original target was. So pretty much just got back in, but at a higher price now. This initial one, it'd be annoying if this was the top and it comes down, because I had to close this one because of the news, but it would have never actually stopped me out. But I had to take a loss on that first trade anyway. But anyway, now I'm in at a higher price, so we'll see. And what's the worst that could happen? Yeah, I'm not too sure, like, if this actually is going to show a bit of a rejection, and it does come down, even though my take profit is, I'm only looking for that small little move if we get it. Risk reward's positive. I don't mind if it just goes up, so be it. But if it does come down, I don't really want to hold it through here, but I could see this going a lot further. By that stage, but yeah, I don't think I want to scale into this, not on a Monday. A scale and opportunity for me though will be if I can survive whatever happens here. I don't want to add risk. Like I do like this zone, but I don't want to add another trade up here. I'd rather just lick my wounds if I get stopped out here. But if price is dropping and we're actually closing back at below here, then I would look to actually scale in on this one to the downside and add some weight to this trade. It would pretty much be it would move my average price roughly to like here if this lower one gets triggered, it's not going to be a pending order because I don't want it to like just tag me in and then bounce from here. I'd like it to take this low and then pull back, and then if we're breaking under that low again, I'd have to either enter underneath that low or try take that pullback. But I can add some weight to this trade, and at least if things aren't going well, it'll improve my risk reward, if that makes sense. Like, I'd still take a loss, but I'd only take a loss on like the scale in position. I'd try tighten my stop loss. But if it actually goes down and hits my target, then this trade would be worth, you know, quite a bit for actually not actually employing too much risk, if that makes sense. So let's hope we get that. But that was pretty annoying having to close that because of the news. Is anyone in the trade? You guys are super quiet today.
Yeah, I took the sell. About the
Yeah,
same
I'm just
price as
shorting
you as well.
just shorting the NAS.
Where'd you take the sell, Paul?
A little bit below where you got it. I was just slow on the trigger. I took a loss on another sell earlier though.
We're in the same boat. 18,794. Oh, you got a better entry than. Oh, pretty much the same entry. All right, come on. It's going to be ones I'm just going to have to just set and forget it, I think. I'll put an alert down here. I'm pretty interested to scale in on this guy. So I'll put an alert there, because once I turn the computer off, I'm going to be operating from the phone. It's a pretty bad entry, that one, to be honest, as well. This one was a bit of a FOMO entry. So entering ahead of the, I just didn't want it to like drop, like just pull back and then go from here. If we knew it was going to go a little bit higher, it would have been much better to be more patient, wait for the news to come out, and then take the sell. Because it really gave myself very few options in what to do, that if it did drift higher, how to navigate the news. So the lesson learned there, because I initially entered there with a wide stop loss, thinking, look, I think I'll get at least an opportunity to get out if it was doing something I didn't want to do. But I didn't actually consider if it kept on drifting higher ahead of the news, and then having to remove that stop loss because of the news. That's not, even though the stop loss, I would say that if it was like a fast reaction, and if it did like push up like so, and if my stop loss was here, or it was about here actually, but it would probably trigger my stop loss up here anyway. I'd probably get slipped, most likely, knowing how these guys operate. But I didn't want to have to remove my stop loss and then be up here. I mean, I could have removed my stop loss. I easily could have just removed it, because it was a pretty low risk entry. So even if it came up all the way up to here, which would have been awful, but it wouldn't even been 1% if it was up here, because I was trying to keep my risk pretty low. I usually do keep my risk pretty low on that first entry, and where once it's moving to my target, I'll try add a couple positions or a position. You got to be careful of not spamming this order book apparently. But once it's actually moving in your direction, adding weight to the trade, not actually adding risk. Or you're adding a little bit of risk to a trade, but not really adding like a monetary risk. You can secure some of it, scale in. You improve your risk reward by scaling in without actually increasing your risk by too much. Unless you get like a black swan event. Well, not black swan event, but you know what I mean, like a really bullish candle that just was unable to manage any of the other positions as well. That's the downside. But if that doesn't happen, then scaling in is actually very, very profitable. Come on. So this is that little structure on the way back up. How it pushed up from here. Came up, gathered itself, pushed up, gathered itself, pushed up. So I'd like it to break under here. If this doesn't hold as a support, and we can start testing this area, then little by little, this move can start making a lot more sense. Okay. And if you did take it at the same time, they're pretty much up 1 to 1. if your stop loss is roughly the same spot. So it would be a shame to let all this go to waste if it does bounce from here.
Right, Hayden.
Hey Tom, how are you?
Not too bad. How you going?
Yeah, good mate.
I've just been trying to get used to TCT. Also had DX Trader, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
on Blueberry,
Oh yeah,
which is a web-based trading platform.
yeah,
It's interesting. It's not as immediate as MT, but it's got some advantages as well. So it's just taken a bit of getting used to.
yeah. Fine. When you get used to MetaTrader and then you trade something else, when they've got that little lag, it's kind of a little bit off-putting when you first do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I've just logged out before, so I just see if dialing into a Zoom call was affecting my lag, and it seemed to. And I just reset the page and all that sort of stuff. So I think after a while, I probably just need to reset the page like every 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Time's out.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, just to refresh the caches, I think.
Right.
But it was certainly lagging around about maybe 50 minutes ago. It was. It has a candle countdown on it like TradingView does, and TradingView was already on the next candle, and Blueberry was saying 0 seconds to go, but it was still on the candle that TradingView had already completed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about 8-10 seconds behind. But the refresh seems
If you commit some arbitrage there.
you can try. I think it's like with OX securities where you think you're doing something, and
Yeah.
if you're not basing it off what you see in TradingView, then
Yeah, it'll put it where price really is, but you're just seeing
It's done.
you're not
Yeah.
seeing ahead of time. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that Brent Johnson talk was interesting. If you saw my post,
Yeah, I watched that. 'Cause that's what I was thinking as well. Gold is just getting so heavy. Eventually, they do run out. Like once you get so many contracts to buy, you start running out of people that can actually enter new buys, because there's a limit for non-commercial. They are limited to how much, like their size of their contracts that they can hold. So then the only way for them to enter more is to sell ones they've already got. So if you start running out of guys that can buy, in like this positioning, I mean, it's not the most extreme. He was saying that it's pretty extreme, but like you go back down. I've seen it. I've seen like in the past where it's been like up to 500.
Yep.
So it's not like it's not super, but if you get it is getting pretty up there though.
Is your graph there? Is it green because it's long, or is it?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, long.
Yeah. Yep.
For the non-commercials.
Yep. So I
Yeah.
said graph, I meant table.
Yeah, we're good.
And these are commercials.
Non-commercial.
Non-commercial. Yep.
So they're the speculators. The commercials are the wholesalers.
Yep.
All right, we've pretty much come all the way back to the entry.
I'm gonna go short again, eh?
Again, no, I can't add it here. Because if I add here, I'm just adding risk to my trade.
Yep.
So where I want to scale in is if we're like down, say like down here, I'd prefer to scale in, because then my average price would be in the middle between the where the two reds start. So if I wanted to, my break even would be like, I could move this one to profit down to here, and this one, my stop loss could be here, and I'm only risking then this trade.
Yep.
So my risk would only be whatever I'm risking on this one, because this one here is risk free. Or I move this one to break even. And if this one is if the stop loss is like here, then I'm still only risking this trade. But if it does keep on going down, then I've got the weight of two trades. So like, if I add risk here, for example, I've just doubled the risk on both trades. So if I'm risking 1%, now I'm re-risking 2%. If I enter, in the same size. So I prefer to scale in when it's much lower. So here, if this one comes up and just stops me out, then I've only lost like 0.4%. I'm only risking 0.4 as a 0.4%. But if I can scale in when it's going down, I can go 0.4, and I can actually get a really nice scaled in move with only risking like a little bit. That's why I'm not too worried about like the first entry. It's annoying taking a loss on this one. This one was a little bit lower risk. I was only risking like half of what I'd normally, like 0.2% on this one. This one here was a bit more, 0.4, which is my normal risk. But if it stops me out, 0.4 is no biggie. But by the time price is like, it's something I'm trying to work on, that if price is getting towards my target, then I'm hoping I'm not going to like, it's not just 0.4 that I'm risking here. Like if price gives me a scaling opportunity, then I've got like, I'm only risking still 0.4 if the second position gets stopped out. But if both positions start running, I'm starting to actually get trades that are going to be like, 2% gain if it gets down here, but if I can scale in a couple times, but then keep my risk only at 0.4% for the positions. So effectively, what could seemingly just be like a 2-to-1 or 2.5-to-1 can actually start moving up to like a 3-to-1 or 4-to-1. But it gets like much more certain if it starts getting down here that the momentum can carry it.
Yeah, when it goes your way, it really pays.
Yeah, that's it. And if you can do it properly, then you're actually only risking a small amount every time. If I'm a little bit unsure and I don't like, if I'm a bit unsure, I'm only trading like really narrow ranges. Sure, I might go 1% risk. It moves 1:1, and I'll scale out, and I'll take like 60%, 50, 60, 70% off the table. So I'm locking in like 0.7% gain, and then I've got 0.3% running, which I'm hoping is going to be able to push to my target, but it might not get to my target. But I've already locked in like a sizable gain just because I did risk a lot more in my first position. So like I will chop a change between a 10-lot trade, a 5-lot trade, a 3-lot trade, depending on where I feel. But this one here, I wasn't too comfortable with the entry, but I was a bit worried about missing out on the trade. So this is an example of when I'd use a smaller size. I don't really go by percentages, like specific percentages. I'm just ballparking it. So this one here, rather than doing like a 5-lot trade, I'll do like a 2-lot trade or something, and I'll just reduce the risk that way. and my stop loss was a lot wider. It was just the I'm not sure if you're hearing, but if it spiked up and triggered my stop loss during the news, that's a violation for the account. So I just had to close it within the window, outside the window. But now it gave me a higher price to get in, which I liked. Got in for the higher price. It was nearly 1-to-1, but because it was a low risk trade, I didn't really want to get scale out. So I'm just having to wear this, but I'm happy just to leave this. If I turn the computer off and it stops me out, then it is what it is. But
We're about to start the MMG. Or we're just starting it now.
Yeah, 9:30. So I'm just a little bit concerned about going for longs when I'm still a little bit bearish for September. And I feel like a lot of that move has just been faded out completely with how bullish the market's been. But we had some pretty poor numbers with, we've got pound PMI now. But we've had some really bad numbers with Eurozone. And I know that's not really how Forex Trading is having issues. I know that's not really what moves the market, the news, but I do feel, I don't know, I feel very funny about trying to buy up here when we did have that reversal pattern over the weekend, when price really failed to we hit the all-time high, and then we created that reversal pattern from the all-time high. I feel I'm just not convinced. I just don't really want to buy.
On your higher time frames, what's the structural analysis? Like, has it come back to first or second structure? Like maybe even
it came back to this little area of demand. This is where price gathered itself, and then it pushed up and made a new higher high. So this is the main zone here, and we dipped into it on Friday. Yeah, we've had a little pullback, and then we dipped into it a second time a little bit deeper. And I feel like I'd want, before any sort of buys, I'd feel like I'd want to, like, we dipped into a little bit here, this in this New York session from last week. I feel like it should just, before any like good buys, I'd like to see it take the whole liquidity. If it takes the whole liquidity and then pushing up here, then I think, yeah, maybe we just continue going up now. But because we didn't take all the liquidity, I feel this is just a reaction. Just the way that it responded. Normally I find good long-lasting moves come from, like, you know, it gives it plenty of time to like gather liquidity and like accumulate their order. And I feel when it's just come down, dipped into it, and then pushed away, I don't feel like this was that accumulation. So to me, this is more just a reaction to this zone, and it's just pulled all the way back up, extended the London high a little bit, and came back into this this Euro Asia high liquidity. So to me, it makes more sense still for price to come down a little bit further, and then if we're breaking above here, then I think we could actually go and retest that high again. But until it does that, I'd be much preferring to sell from this zone. Just if it stops me out, just take it like a man. But if it does reject from here and starts rejecting underneath this wick again, then I feel like there's a pretty profitable opportunity to take a sell. And you know, if if I take 2 losses, I mean, I took a win already, little win, but that was the news triggered the take profit, so it's probably not invalid. Then I took a little loss here, but if this one here works out, then basically my week will be done if this one works out. So I've seen it work out enough times that, you know, even if it's got like a 70% probability, I think it's really worth it. And if it does,
your week will be done, did you say?
Yeah, like it'll set this. If this one wins, if this one works out with a scale in, you know, there's no matter what happens the rest of the week, I'll finish this week ahead, profitable.
Yeah, sweet.
Because if I get like a good 2-to-1, 3-to-1, then I'd have to just take straight losses one after another for the rest of the week. For me,
Yep.
If I can get 2% out of this one, risking say 0.4%, each trade after that, I'd have to have a pretty horrendous run. And usually I know that if I just follow my system, I'm not going to have, I mean, I don't often have, 5, 6 losing trades in a row. I usually will catch a winner, or I'll just reset, and maybe London session's just not doing it for me, and I'll just focus on New York session, which I do find a little bit easier to trade. Anyway, so price pushed up, we had a little reaction. This is a reaction to this area. Now, if we can start breaking down, then it shows that this wasn't enough to push price up. So I'm really keen to see this low taken. And if we can take out this low and we can close inside of this structure, then if we get a lower high and we start breaking down underneath here, then for sure, you know, this will be my scale in underneath this. If we get a bounce, a lower high, and then a second breaking lower, then you know, this wick easily becomes the target.
Yep. My only thoughts are with we're now in the MMG. What does that mean for the next half hour?
Yeah, I'm not fully across it all.
Neither am I, which is why I'm asking the question.
Yeah. It's easier just to target them once they're made. But we do get a bit of a pickup around 9:30 to 10:15. I'm going to have to get going in a tick. I'm going to take a... You can hear them squawking in the background. Oh, how was the news anyway? What did pound come out as? Services and manufacturing. Oh wait, a little bit under expectations, but they were still above 50. So how's pound looking? Pound. All right. No trades, Ive. Good discipline. Okay, see you, Dom. All right, look at this. Taking out this low just now. We're inside of this little area of demand. Now, if this isn't enough, and we get a little lower high to confirm this little break, then we can start. Back of my entry. That's so bloody annoying that I had to close that one. Anyway, this could be very interesting for a scale-in. Just want to see it take out this one. Once we take out that one, then scale-ins become very, very, very possible. I can tighten this one up now. So I'm only risking now this much. Because to me, I'm really not interested if we're breaking above here now. So now, you know, it's looking good. Had to be patient with this one. I can see a lot of people would have given up on the trade.
No, you've done well, mate. I heard some of your stuff before, and I saw that you'd missed that initial push, the drop.
Yeah.
You've done well. This retest.
That was really disappointing to miss that. But I think I rushed it. There's a trade that was in my mind last week where I rushed into it. And I took a loss straight away. And then I think it was maybe Tuesday or Wednesday last week. No, I think it was Tuesday. Took a loss straight away, then had to take US 30 with Microsoft news, which saved me. But then this time I should have rushed. Anyway, this is what it is.
I'm more in order, Mr. Buys in the 3 minute. that was blatantly obvious.
Oh yeah.
The bullish rejection candle, then the turn side candles, and then the
Yeah, this
liquidity
one.
candle after that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just screaming to go long.
Yeah. Definitely up to this area. So I could have taken buys into those sells.
Yeah. I saw it, but I just didn't take it. That's what annoyed me.
Yeah, Monday-itis.
That's right. I'm holding the cells now.
Good one.
We're up 69 pips.
Oh, 69 pips.
Scaled in.
Oh, you scaled in, I was going to say, yeah, cool. Very good. Oh, you scaled in already, a nice one.
Yep. When it came back to do the retesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Got a new metric on this Blueberry dashboard. Average winning trade holdings.
Yeah.
It's my average time spent holding winning trades, 0.1 hours.
6 minutes.
That's it. That's
Alright.
interesting.
This is that little level now.
I've got the call to dinner, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks, Hayden.
See you, buddy. Oh,
Good luck with this one.
cheers. See you tomorrow.
I'm at 1.6 tonight after mucking around with this platform, but that's pretty good.
1.6. That's very good. Yeah, very good,
Yep.
mate.
See you guys.
All right, have a good dinner. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoot as well. I need to look after Mads. So if we can just break through this zone, I don't see why we don't continue down lower. The scale in is not just sitting there; it's just that's the old bit. But I want to see now that we haven't quite cleared this zone. But if we can clear it and we get a lower high, then that will be my scale in. And the base of this first trade is completely risk-free. I'm only risking what's in this second trade. But if the momentum if we get a lower high and I get that entry, wherever that entry may be, then I'm only risking what's in this trade. And then if this trade can work out, then I've got an excellent Monday. All right. Well, I hope you guys didn't take that one. That was the one bad one. But I hope you got the sells from the start. I didn't call the buys, but I hope you guys got the buys. This is the one that was the bad one that I had to bail on because of the news. Would have been alright. Would have actually been in profit now. But then we got nice ones from the top. So that's it. I'm going to scoot. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. If you got any questions, hit me up in Discord. And good luck today.
Thanks a lot,
Have a good
mate.
day.
Cheers, mate.
Okay. See ya.
Awesome. Thanks, Hayden.
Hi, guys.
Come on, come down.